A lot's been changing lately, and not just the configuration of hair on my face, although that is a big change. We'll get into that. Paris, man, a lot's been changing.
The season has clearly changed. Like, we barely got a summer. It was spring all the way into the middle of July, and then now it's November. I love autumn. Hopefully we get like a decent fall. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be an extended fall.
One of the big changes has been in production. Like, you might have noticed a significant drop in my presence on YouTube, whether that's in
person, like on my personal channel, or Paris in my pocket. And a lot of that's been because we've been putting a lot of effort into the short form content over on Instagram and TikTok, which TikTok we still haven't really cracked, but Instagram's going very well and having a lot of fun with it. And a lot of that's just because I never gave it an honest try. Like, I've been a long form video person this whole time. I love making long videos, what I kind of think of as real videos, but I've been a little bit of a snob about the short form side of things, and I'm realizing that's been a big mistake and I need to put some effort into it. And it's been a lot of work. But with Paris in my pocket, we were also making itineraries, which has been really cool to see. And I've been having a lot of fun helping people plan their trips to Paris. It's kind of a different avenue of the business that we're exploring. And in exploring that, I just announced earlier this week that I would be doing some planning calls. And I did announce that over on Instagram because I figured maybe fewer people would see it over there. I'm not really sure how that turned out. However, if you're seeing this now, it means that I've opened up some more slots for calls, whether you're coming for vacation or even if you're moving here. I just have realized that I have a lot of knowledge. Like, I've lived here for almost 8 years straight, and then 2 times before that on 2 different types of visas. I've managed to get my citizenship. I've managed to start and close down and start another business while I've been here and survive so far, which is not easy to do in France. Entrepreneurship here is really hard. And so I thought, well, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that have questions, and we would like to capture some of that and better understand what it is that people are worried about, whether that's when they're coming to visit or when they're coming for longer. So if you'd like to book an hour of my time, there's a link below and you can jump on that. There's a limited number of them. I'm only doing them in small batches right now just to see how it goes and make sure that I can offer the best value possible. And I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'd really like to hear from you. We can book some time and hopefully answer all your questions, plan your perfect trip, or allay some fears when it comes to moving to Paris, and maybe help you make some connections to smooth that process out a little bit better. But I'll get back to vlogging more. I have ideas for how to get back to vlogging more. It's just had to take a back seat for a while. Fall is here, and with it, la rentrée, which is the return of the Parisians. Like, during the Olympics was an amazing time because there was like nobody here. It was kind of like if COVID times, but everything was open, and it was phenomenal. And all my favorite places were open. They are struggling, some of them are struggling, and I would definitely encourage you, if you're coming to Paris, to plan on going local and getting off the beaten path a little bit to help some local businesses. Bone Shaker just recently talked about how they're actually having some difficulties, and there are many others, and some of my friends have also gone out of business, so it'd be really good if you didn't mind when you come to Paris to go check those places out. But one of the big changes to all of this then, of course, is that the streets are packed again. So we lost summer. It was basically summer lasted to the middle of July, and then fall came a little early. It's beautiful. I do love autumn, like I said before, and I hope that we get an extra long one because today's weather is perfect. And I'm actually at the US Ambassador's residence right now. It's beautiful. This is the first time I've ever been here. Thank you, John, for inviting me, if you ever see this, and Lindsay for the connection. And of course, yeah, that's a nice change. Coming to fun, fancy events as everybody comes back to town. I'll take that for sure.
On the changes to my face, I'll tell you a little bit more about the whole beard situation if you missed that over on Instagram, because that's the only place that I really posted about it so far, because YouTube wouldn't let me upload the thing that I made over there. It's too long. The real change right now, if this wasn't shocking enough, is that I finally got glasses. Something I have not posted publicly yet, something that I have struggled with a little bit because I am a proud man, it turns out. I really struggle with this one because I have been proud of the fact that I've never had a cavity, which finally got broken last year. A tiny little cavity, but still. And my eyesight was better than perfect, as far as, better than 20/20 my whole life. Somehow that became a part of my identity. I'm not sure exactly how or why, but just I had something to hold on to, right? And the fact that over the last couple of years, I've noticed progressively that spending time on the computer or reading was causing my eyes to feel a little bit strained. I'd get a little bit of a headache. I was trying to ignore that as best I could for as long as I could, but about a year ago, I realized I can't do that anymore. I bought some really crappy glasses, which I don't have around. And actually, to be perfectly honest, if they ended up in the trash, I wouldn't be sad about. And I would wear those while I was working for the last maybe 6 months or so. And then finally, I went with my friend Lindsay to Le Visionnaire, which is this really nice store in the Marais that hooked me up with these beauties and the sunglasses that you've seen me walking around in most lately. And I really like them. They're super comfortable. They feel great. I've gotten very used to wearing them. And in fact, I crave them now when I'm reading or working. And I have worn them out in public a little bit when I'm working out in public. But I didn't do that with the old crappy glasses because they looked terrible. They were like grandma glasses. They were genuinely really bad. And I did that kind of as a joke when I bought them because I was really just not admitting to myself that I needed to wear them. So anyways, I guess the little lesson there for anybody else who needs a little bit of a change in their life when it comes to their face is if you need glasses and if you get a nice pair of glasses that are comfortable and look good, maybe you'll actually enjoy wearing them. I know I do. Thankfully, they're just readers. I don't need them for seeing long distances. I do really enjoy wearing them in the house. I have a thing tonight. So I had the ambassador's residence, La Rentrée, last night and a dinner with some friends. And tonight, Lindsay has an event that I'm going to be going to. She'll be facilitating a talk with an author this evening at the Hood. So we should probably go do that.
And thanks, of course, to today's patron producer, David Guy, and all my patrons for making it possible to do all of this. I will share the beard shaving with Cooper reel here in a second with my patron credits. But it's been a really nice and interesting season of change. In the end, change is as change does, right? Like, it's been a really fun year all around. It's been an incredible summer and an exhausting one at the same time. And I think I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't at least moderately stressful too, but that's okay. I've come to realize that like a lot of the stress ends up pushing us to be better versions of ourselves. And this summer has been no lack of that. I really changed my focus from myself and what I was doing to my team and how I could support them. And it's been really cool to see how much that's changed the dynamic of everything. And it's been really fun to see them grow, and that's been amazing. The change to focusing on Paris in my pocket for a while has also been good, but kind of painful because I miss this. Like I miss talking to you on camera, out and about, doing my thing. And that transition's been rough. And so I'm really grateful that you've stuck with me. Thank you so much. And thanks, of course, to all my patrons for making this possible, because without you guys, like, it genuinely would be. I'm gonna leave you here with the beard shaving reel that unfortunately you weren't able to see if you're just on YouTube, which is a good reminder. Go ahead and follow me over on Instagram as well. Hope you're having a great time wherever it is you are, and that, you know, the change doesn't get you down.
In the 3 years that I've had my dog, he's never seen me without my beard, so I thought I'd shave it off and see if he even recognizes me.
This part's always scary. I used to shave my beard for like my vlog annually. I've had a lot of different iterations as well of the facial hair. This one's like a variation on the Wolverine. Civil War era chops. The middle school gym teacher. I don't know what this one is. And now it's just full Stubbletown, USA. Oh! I use this thing for my head. I don't think I've ever used it for my beard before. It works really well. It's not perfect, but for our purposes, good enough. The last time that I shaved my beard, and what I used to do is I would shave it into different looks. For characters that were the intro characters for my vlog, one of those things that I feel like only a few people even know about. It was a lot of fun, but I would do it over the course of a whole day, seeing it all come off in one go like this.
There's your destruction right there.
And now we get to see
If the dog reacts.
nothing.
I know you're gonna like licking my face more now though.
To this little guy, apparently, I am unchanged regardless of how much hair is on my face. Ugh.